In the depths of the ocean, Arịa, a young mermaid, was chosen by the sea goddess to be the guardian of the ocean. Arịa's role was to protect the marine ecosystem from pollution, overfishing, and destruction. One day, Arịa discovered a dark ship spewing toxic waste into the ocean. She confronted the ruthless pirate captain, who mocked her efforts to protect the ocean. Undeterred, Arịa summoned a school of dolphins to chase the ship away. However, the pirate captain returned, determined to continue polluting the ocean. Arịa chased the ship, using her speed and agility to keep up. The pirate crew trapped her, but Arịa unleashed her full power, summoning a massive storm to drive them back. As the battle raged on, Arịa discovered the pirate captain had formed an alliance with a dark sea creature. Together, they planned to destroy the ocean's balance. Arịa faced off against them, using all her powers to fight back. Despite the odds, Arịa's determination and the ocean's power began to turn the tide of the battle. The pirate captain and his dark ally were weakened, and Arịa emerged victorious. The ocean began to heal, and Arịa reflected on the damage done and the challenges ahead. She knew her role as guardian was never done, and new threats would emerge. Arịa prepared to face the challenges, ready to defend the ocean and its inhabitants. As she swam through the ocean, Arịa sensed a new threat emerging in the depths. She was vigilant, knowing that her work as the guardian of the ocean would continue. Arịa's senses were on high alert as she swam towards the new threat. She could feel the darkness emanating from the depths of the ocean. As she approached, she saw a massive shadow looming in the distance. Suddenly, a giant squid emerged from the darkness, its tentacles stretching towards Arịa. She summoned a school of fish to distract the squid, while she swam towards a nearby underwater cave. The squid followed, its tentacles snapping wildly as it chased Arịa. She led it into the cave, using her knowledge of the ocean's tunnels to evade its attacks. As they navigated the cave, Arịa realized that the squid was not the main threat. A dark energy was emanating from the heart of the cave, corrupting the ocean's creatures and turning them against each other. Arịa knew she had to find the source of the dark energy and destroy it. She swam deeper into the cave, facing treacherous... Arịa the Ocean Goddess Episode 2. Arịa confronts the humans, using her powers to communicate with them. She learns that they're working for a corporation that prioritizes profit over environmental sustainability. Arịa tries to reason with them, explaining the devastating impact of their technology on the ocean's ecosystem. The humans are torn between their loyalty to the corporation and their growing concern for the ocean's well-being. Arịa senses their internal conflict and uses her powers to amplify their empathy, helping them understand the ocean's importance. Inspired by Arịa's words, the humans begin to question their mission. They realize that their actions would harm not only the ocean, but also their own communities. Arịa guides them towards a more sustainable solution, and together they find an alternative that benefits both the corporation and the ocean. The corporation's leaders, however, are not pleased with the change in plans. They send a team to override the humans and continue the destructive project. Arịa must now face the corporation's ruthless agents, using her powers and determination to protect the ocean. As the stakes rise, Arịa's connection to the sea goddess grows stronger. She channels the goddess's power, summoning a massive storm to deter the corporation's agents. The agents retreat, and the ocean begins to heal. Arịa's victory inspires other ocean creatures to stand up for their rights. Together, they form a powerful alliance, determined to protect the ocean and its inhabitants from future threats. Watch out for Episode 3. As the ocean's creatures celebrated their victory, a new challenge emerged. A group of rogue scientists, secretly funded by the corporation, had been experimenting with a powerful technology that could manipulate the ocean's currents. They planned to use it to control the global weather patterns, holding the world hostage. Arịa, sensing the threat, rallied the ocean's creatures to stop the scientists. They launched a coordinated attack on the scientists' underwater facility. Arịa faced off against the lead scientist, a brilliant but ruthless mind who would stop at nothing to achieve his goals. The battle raged on, with Arịa using her powers to disrupt the facility's equipment and the scientists fighting back with advanced technology. Just when it seemed Arịa would emerge victorious, the lead scientist activated the technology, unleashing a massive whirlpool that threatened to destroy the ocean's balance. Arịa summoned all her strength and used her connection to the sea goddess to calm the whirlpool. She managed to stabilize the currents, but the scientist escaped, vowing to continue his plans. Arịa knew that this was far from over. She had to find a way to permanently stop the scientist and his technology. She began to gather intelligence, working with the ocean's creatures to track down the scientist's next move. As she swam through the ocean, Arịa realized that her role as the Guardian was not just about protecting the ocean, but also about protecting the world from those who would misuse its power. Arịa's next challenge began with a mysterious signal emanating from the depths of the ocean. The signal was unlike anything she had ever seen before, and it seemed to be calling to her. She followed the signal to an ancient underwater city, hidden beneath the waves for millennia. As she explored the city, Arịa discovered that the signal was a warning, left behind by an ancient civilization that had once thrived there. The warning spoke of a powerful artifact hidden within the city, one that could grant immense power to its possessor. But the artifact was also said to come with a terrible curse, one that would destroy the ocean and everything in it. Arịa knew she had to find the artifact and destroy it before it fell into the wrong hands. She navigated the treacherous ruins, avoiding deadly traps and puzzles that had been set in place to protect the artifact. As she reached the heart of the city, Arịa found herself face to face with a rival treasure hunter, who had also been searching for the artifact. The rival, a cunning and ruthless adversary, would stop at nothing to claim the artifact's power for himself. Arịa knew she couldn't let that happen. She prepared for a fierce battle, determined to protect the ocean and its inhabitants from the artifact's destructive power. Arịa's next adventure began with a distress call from a group of dolphins. They had encountered a massive underwater net, trapping many sea creatures. Arịa quickly swam to the scene, using her powers to sense the net's extent. As she arrived, Arịa saw the devastating impact of the net on the ocean's ecosystem. She knew she had to act fast to rescue the trapped creatures. With her powers, she began to carefully dismantle the net, freeing the entangled sea life. However, Arịa soon realized that the net was just a small part of a larger problem. A massive fishing fleet was operating in the area, devastating the ocean's ecosystem. Arịa knew she had to take action to stop the fleet. She swam towards the fleet's flagship, determined to confront the captain. Arịa used her powers to communicate with the captain, trying to reason with him about the damage his fleet was causing. The captain, however, was unmoved, prioritizing profit over the ocean's well-being. Arịa knew she had to take drastic measures. She summoned a school of dolphins to aid her, and together they used their echolocation to disrupt the fleet's sonar and navigation systems. The fleet was forced to retreat, and the ocean began to heal. Arịa's actions had saved countless sea creatures, and she had proven once again that she was a powerful guardian of the ocean.